You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, and drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq, Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is, if getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
The following program contains coarse language and adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
It's another episode of the Loftus Party podcast. My name's Michael. I'm going to be your host. Thanks for being here, everybody. This is it's a crazy day. It's a little bit of a wild one. It is the end of daylight savings time. Everything, we have fallen back. So normally, it's a day of rage for me. I reckon I cannot stand it. The dark coming an hour earlier, the sun setting at like noon, it feels like. We have to end it. We have to end it. I can't stand it. However, here's what's crazy. I'm in a really good mood. I am like full of the positive vibes. So we're going to have a lot of fun on the show today. We're covering it all. Of the things that we'll be discussing, and the things that I don't want to forget, is of course the extra segments of the show for the people on Locals and for the people on Patreon, and for those of you who are already there. Thank you so much. Wonderful things are happening, and I don't want to forget this. I'm just blowing out the announcements right out of the top here. Oklahoma City, the Bricktown Comedy Club, November 10 and 11. I've never been there. This is it's a fun, new, exciting. I just want to rock it out. I just want to have. I want to take the guitar, but I'm such a lazy little bitch. I don't want to, I don't have a hard shell case, and I don't want to do the carry-on. Anyway, it's going to be great. And then also, I'm heading to Dallas this week. Going to be a crazy week. Dallas to hang out with my buddy Dave Landau and do his show on the Blaze. I think I'm going to be seeing my buddy Chad Prather and doing his show. And then also that wackadoodle Alex Stein. That crazy madman. So we'll be getting in some news as well. That's it for the announcements for right now. There'll be more later. I'll sneak them in. Like a thumb. It is my slippery thumb of announcements. All right, so here's what we're getting into today. I don't want to forget about the Biden thing. I'm going to be relentless. with the Bidens and this insane, farcical Trump trial in New York and what the judge is doing there. We're also going to get into these pro-Hamas rally protest things that got really wild the other night when they went at the White House. China. We're going to be talking about China and SpaceX. This one has me excited. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2023 class. There's a dude in there, Link Ray. And you've probably heard his song Rumble a million times. And it's just so cool. It's that boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. It's so, and frickin' Jimmy Page covered it. Holy shit! I saw some video of it last night. Just the frickin' coolest thing ever. So we're going to be talking about the inductees to that. There's some more wackiness on the show. We'll be railing on Marvel, Disney, and some good news for you. So we're gonna get into the show right now. I'm trying to remember the how do we start this thing off? Oh, I know. Podcast, the Loftus Party Podcast. So hold on to your ass and let's start the show. It's a podcast. He's doing it again. The Loftus Party Podcast. It's the show of shows that I love. Yeah, no, let's go. All right, let us fire this bitch up. Let's click on this. Baby cakes. The, and I'm going to get into the, the Hunter Biden op-ed. I was on the Gregory Gutfeld show, and I had no clue. I like it when you come at things like what? We're going to be talking about that. So we talked about this op-ed that Hunter Biden did for USA Today. Let's start there, shall we? Let's just start there. So he does this op-ed where he's talking about, people are using my addiction. They've weaponized my addiction. The GOP has, and the thesis of his statement was like, it's okay to go after me, but when you use this to go at my father, and people see, the damage you're doing, this could have other people afraid to come forward and battle their addiction. Look at that guy is what a little narcissistic just piece of work. So I did this video about it, making fun of that, because on Gutfeld I was just like, what the? It's one of those things. Just gather your thoughts. It was funny. It was a very funny bit. We had a blast on Gutfeld. But with Hunter, it's like they keep trying to make it about his addiction. Oh, and Joe's just being a good guy. He's just being a loving father and trying to support his drug. Okay, so here's what happens with addicts. They do horrible shit that they regret, right? And usually it's along the lines of, oh my God, I can't believe I broke into my grandmother's house and I stole her TV and I sold it and I used that money for drugs. That's the normal level of horrible. But Hunter is operating on a much larger level. It's like, I can't believe I helped China invest in dual-use technologies that has civilian and military uses, and I gave my dad 10% of that money because he's now on the take from China. I'm on the take from China. I needed that money for drugs. The drugs thing falls out of it really quickly. That's just the why. And I tell you, I think drug addict or no, that same paying for access bullshit would have been on the table. That was the plan either way. I guarantee Joe would have rather had Bo be the bag man, right? Because Bo would be sober for it. I tell you what, I bet Joe did call Hunter every day. So did you count the money? Is it all there? Now, Hunter, put the pipe down, Hunter, and tell Svetlana to stop blowing you for a second. You gotta concentrate now. You gotta concentrate. Did they give you the combo to the lock? Because you gotta get in there and give me my 10%. Absolutely ridiculous. It's and the amount of, they just found another one. They just found another I think it was a $400,000 payment that came rolling in from China And here was the pathway for this one. So $400,000 from communist China goes to a company that's owned by a Chinese dude and Hunter Biden. So then that $400,000 goes into that company. Then Hunter takes $400,000 and he puts it into another company, that LLC. Then that $400,000 goes into Jimmy Biden's LLC. And then the next day, Jimmy Biden's wife takes out a shit ton of cash, makes a deposit into the personal account of herself and her husband James, and then magically, mystically, they write a check to Sleepy Joe for $40,000, 10%, and then they write on the memo, loan repayment. Yeah, no one will put that together. So I'll just do this. This is kind of halfway there, but I can't stop singing it. Last night I got some money from Ukraine, and to hide it all was really quite a pain. But Hunter's got an LLC, and my brother Jimmy's got 2 or 3, and they always find a way to get my money to me. Oh yeah, I'm the big guy. Last night I got some money from China, and hiding it all was giving me angina. Get my money for me. I'm the big guy, 'cause Hunter's got some LLCs, and my brother's got 22 or 23. Then they'll always find a way to get my money to me. I'm the big guy. God, I love that. I'm not even gonna lie. That makes my dick move. Last night I got some money from Ukraine. I will do the whole thing all the way over again. But that just, good Lord, that makes me happy. All right, let's go. Let's move on. We're moving very quickly. It's probably, here's the deal. The clock is ticking, you guys. I got a bunch of freaking leaves that I got to rake up. And that is not, that's not boner inducing. And I just want to get it done. I just want to get it done and then pack and get ready to get on a plane tomorrow to go to Dallas, where hopefully the weather is just wonderful. A couple of weeks ago, I told you guys the plan. And the plan was to kind of downsize a couple things. Just too many little fires going on, and I want some big fires. And that has been, like, thank God I did it. Because it's going off the rails. It's going off the rails right now as I downsize. As I think about, like, wow, I'm trying to be more specific in my actions and the growth of the loftusparty.com, this podcast, the YouTube channel, and then the other endeavors. But wow, thank God I did it, because like right now I'm thinking about the week ahead. I'm like, okay, so fly out to Dallas, do that show, that'll be fun. Seeing those guys doing those shows, that'll be fun. Then I get to Oklahoma City and I get to do my stand-up shows, blah 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 blah. And then I come back, and then it's full tilt boogie on that show tonight, and some other exciting stuff that we have there. If you have subscribed to that show tonight, thank you so much. And if you haven't, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's the Parallel economy of it all and the wonderful, 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 fantastical things that we have planned out at the America First warehouse. I get excited. I get excited about it all. Now here is this has the potential to be a huge downer and has the potential to really put a bee in my bonnet and to get my panties in a twist. It's this all these pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas events and the size of them, the scope of them, and the thing that happened on Saturday night in our nation's capital. So here's the deal. As we get into this, I might just have to. Here's what I'm going to do. As my guitar is my emotional support animal. As it gets too overwhelming. It's a little out of tune. I'm going to hit some out of tune Link Ray rumble. So here we go. Here we go. Buckle up. Undo that top button, Thanksgiving pants. These morons, and I don't know if these ignorant fools might be the best way, because ignorance implies that they just don't know yet. They just lack the knowledge. They're acting out of a lack of knowledge. So I'm going to be generous and say it like that. So on Saturday night, a group of anti-Israel protesters who participated in a large demonstration in D.C., they tried to storm the White House. There's video of them, and someday soon this will be a video podcast. That's one of the things that we're doing with the Patreon money. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They're shaking the fence at the White House, and of course they're chanting, Allahu Akbar, and they're calling for the destruction of Israel. I'm telling you, the problem, and this has been one of the themes of this show since day one, is just coming to grips with the problem, and it is horrifying. It is horrifying. And here's where I'm coming from on this. I'm done with the history lessons on this, because this is what everybody. I saw a wonderful piece of video with Ben Shapiro. I believe he was doing a series of debates in Oxford. And Ben Shapiro's great, and he's got all of that knowledge at his fingertips and a sense of history, and he can tell you that in 1800 and this, and in the year 12 this happened, and then he's just freaking awesome. I don't know of anybody better as just a Gatling gun of information. He went toe to toe with everybody in there, and it was the same story from almost all of these people. It's like, at the end of it, when you distill their argument down, it starts with this. It's a very complicated situation. It's very complicated. Now their solution is ultimately boils down to there shouldn't be an Israel. It's very, they say, it's very complicated because in this, and then in 1947, and then in 1952, and in 1890, and 17, blah, 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 blah. It just descends into this like dates and times, and this governor did that, and the UN did blah, blah, blah. It just keeps devolving, and then ultimately lands on from the river to the sea. Palestine should be free, and they want all of it. They want all of it. The idea of a two-state solution, to me, is gone. It's just gone. it's horrifying. The amount of the people who seem to be, and they just must not know. I God in heaven, I hope they just don't know that what Hamas has been doing, what they did. And for me, I'm not going to devolve into, it's very complicated. To me, it's very black and white. It's very binary. It's very thumbs up, thumbs down. And right now it's just thumbs down on Hamas. Everything started October 7th when those sons of bitches came in there like frickin' just an absolute nightmare out of Fortnite paragliding in. That horrifying. So I don't want to hear your shit about 1947. I don't want to hear your little fucking sob story about in 1822 or in 1601. Fuck you. It all starts on October 7th. And I laugh because it's hard for me to believe. They want these people wiped off the map. This is frickin' throwing out some serious, like, 1936 Germany vibes. Here we go. And all these people who are like, never forget, never do this, never. This is the time. To be extremely vocal. It's a genocide upon the Palestinian people. It certainly is not. And maybe stop lobbing the rockets. Maybe stop trying to kill all the Jews. Maybe mind your own fucking business, and you'll be okay. It's been like said to death, but it really just it just feels to my bones. It feels like the very, very, very true thing. If Hamas and the Palestinians would lay down their weapons, there would be peace. And if the Jewish people were to lay down their weapons, there'd be no Jewish people. That's the choice of it all. So screw you very much. And these people just going nutso bonkers at the White House and shaking the walls, and I don't like that. I don't like it at all. And we have to set a new standard, a new standard for people who attack the White House. Because let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we got time to get into this. We'll get into it. We're going to tease this one and come back to it. May 30th, 2020, the George Floyd protests, when those dumb sons of bitches attacked the White House. And not only did they were shaking the gates, they were freaking trying to get in, they were throwing projectiles, cops were getting hurt, Secret Service was getting hurt, and then the media was all like, ooh, Trump's hiding. They're trying to set historic churches on fire. And Trump's the bad guy because he wanted to bring in the National Guard. And then they tried to vilify. What? I said I would tease this for the next segment. And I'm just getting into it now. We're going to tease it because it goes to J6. We're going to go out with this, though, because it makes me so happy. Last night I got some money from Ukraine. I had to hide it all, and that was insane. But Hunter's got a bunch of LLCs, and my brother Jimmy's got 22 or 23. They'll always get a check to me. Oh yeah, I'm a big guy. Come on, you are tapping your toes. Your nipples just moved. We'll be right back.
I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, Pop-Up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you, see you, see you.
Welcome back, everybody. It's all about momentum. And Link Ray. And not tuning. When you hear Jimmy Page play that, well, it's kind of like me. Like, all right. So these sons of bitches, we're getting right back into it. These frickin' pro-Palestinian Hamas ignoramuses going at the White House was giving me flashbacks. Was giving me flashback to the George Floyd protesters that went after the White House on May the 30th, 2020. And you're like, how many arrests were made? Right? Oh my God. History's not going to be kind to the George Floyd. I don't want to open up a whole nother can of worms, but that's not going to be that dude OD'd. That dude OD'd. So they go after, I'm looking at these photographs right now as U.S. Park police officers face off with demonstrators during protests near the White House. This is The Guardian. It's an old article, and there's a warning on the article. This article's more than 3 years old. And I tell you what, tough to find this article. You had to really, really dig for this. I work hard for you guys. I'm busting my hump. They're like, oh yeah, these protesters near the White House. How about in the fucking front yard? How about that? Right out front of the White House. The fire department said a scaffolding at a construction site in the back of the Chamber of Commerce building caught fire. I like how they say it caught fire. Oh, it caught. How did that happen? Did someone set it on fire? Mayhaps. Oh, and then here's a video of the crowd setting an SUV on fire at the White House. All that George Floyd shit. All that BLM shit. And boy, how did those guys turn out? The BLM people. Using the money for themselves. The frickin' one BLM frickin' chapter coming out. We stand with Hamas. What the what? And then Trump was the bad guy in that. That is the wild one. The next day, when he goes over to the church where they tried to burn this historic church to the ground, and he holds up the Bible as if to say, this is a church, and this is, we're protecting it. It was all just a symbol for, it's a place of worship, and it's okay now. It's okay because we stopped them from burning it down. Oh, well, how dare he hold a Bible? How dare he go over there? And then who was that frickin' total douchebag general who's like, I apologize. I should not have let my people be a part of that photo op that took place. You dirty sons of bitches. You absolute dirty sons of bitches. I can't. Hell yes, I'm voting for Trump. I'm voting for Trump. They did that dude so dirty. They did that dude so dirty. And they're doing it again. They're doing it again with this trial in New York. Here's the latest on this one, you guys. So this Arthur Engoron, this frickin' wackadoodle dude, who already, here's the thing that this is the one where there is no injured party. This is the one where, like, no one from the bank was suing Trump, or Trump wasn't suing somebody from the bank, or somebody who frickin' was cleaning up the men's room, slipped and fell, and they're suing. No. This is just this Letitia James hoe, who just said she was just, I'm going to get Trump. Every morning, every day. I'm going to sue him for everything. I'm going to get him. That was one of the things that she ran on to get the job. I'm going to be a thorn in his side every night. I'm going to go after him, blah, 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 blah. So even though there's no injured party, they looked at the loan documents and the amounts, and they didn't think they were right. So this is all, as far as I know, just like sentencing. This is just about just how big the fine is going to be, which is fucking madness, which is absolute madness. And this is just one of many, and I tell you, I know there's a lot going on in the world, with the Ukraine and with Israel and Palestine and Hamas and Biden and the money and Hunter and Joe and all the shit. But we need to crank up the heat on this absolute election interference of these lawsuits against Trump. And now, it's gone up a level because the judge issued that gag order on Trump. Like, I don't want you talking about this, I don't want you talking about that, blah, 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 blah. Which, again, is total and complete bullshit. I know gag orders are nothing new under the sun, but I think this one might be a little bit different. Because it is the President of the United States you're talking about here. And it's election interference, and it's freedom of speech, and all that good stuff. Well, now, the New York County Supreme Court Justice Arthur Engoron, he's like something from Engoron. It's like Aragorn's half-wit brother from Lord of the Rings. I'm Engoron. You shall have my hammer. And you shall have my bow. And you shall have my helmet. We will fight Sauron. Gotta hit it with the link ray. It's that scene from Fellowship of the Rings where they all decide they're gonna help Frodo, and like Gimli the dwarf is like, and you shall have my axe. And then that elf guy is like, and my bow. And then you've got Supreme Court Justice Arthur Engoron stand up. He's got a big red freaking helmet on. And you shall have my helmet. Ah, God, you guys. There's a lot of talent on this show. A lot of talent. All right, so he has issued a gag order now. This guy has issued a gag order for Trump's lawyers. The lawyers can't talk about stuff. And you're like, well, what would they talk about? The frickin' Letitia James, the lawyers representing the New York side of things, they're frickin' passing notes to the judge. And the judge is passing notes back. And Trump's lawyers are like, pardon my French, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that all about? And now the judge is saying all counsel are prohibited from making any public statements in or out of court that refer to any confidential communications in any form between my staff and me. Like, hold the fucking phone. What's in the notes, dude? That's beyond kangaroo court. That's like frickin' like some old Soviet Union shit. You're passing notes? And Trump's lawyers aren't allowed to see or talk about what's in the fucking notes? Hey, make sure when you're talking about Trump, make sure you bring up this. And when you bring up that, I'll say this. And then that way we can establish a bing, bang, boom, boom, boom. These horrible pieces of shits. So that's a bad one, guys. That's a bad one. And regardless, like, it is a slippery slope indeed, because from where I'm coming from, you want the rule of law, and seriously, I aspire to no one's above the law, and the law is applied equally. We're obviously not in that case right now. We're obviously not living in that land now. So there's a big part of you that's like, you know what? Whatever they find, Trump should just tell them to fuck off. And just like, whatever, pound sand. Come and get me. Because Lord knows when the fines will be. And then you've got these other frickin' this Georgia case going on. There's just case after case. The GOP needs to start screaming it from the mountaintops. And here's another one. This goes to the what I was talking about before with the attack on the White House and the protesters out there, and then the frickin' George Floyd protesters and all that shit, and all the damage they did, and blah 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 blah, and the small fines and the small number of arrests, even though there was frickin' murders all over the place and billions of dollars worth of damage. We're finally coming down to, it looks like, the release of all of the January 6th tapes. That's the piece of good news in all of this. That this new Speaker of the House, I always want to say Mike Lee, but it's not Mike Lee, is it? It's, I should know this. Oh, it is Mike Lee. Is it Mike Lee? Yeah. So there's rumors swirling around that the new speaker is going to release it all, which we desperately want, because there's talk about that not equal justice. Holy crap! You interfered with official U.S. government business. You interfered with government business by going in there and taking a selfie. So you're going to go to jail for at least 7 years, maybe 22, because you have interfered with official government business. And then you've got that frickin' Democrat congressman who takes down the signs about the fire alarm and then pulls the fire alarm to interrupt the vote, interferes with government. You know what? I was just trying to open a door. Oh, you're fine. Get out of here. Didn't he interfere with government business? Shouldn't he go to jail for 7 to 22 years? It's different. It's so different. And it's wild, and never forget how fast that Buffalo hat shaman QAnon. He didn't give himself that nickname, the media did. But you know who I'm talking about. The face paint guy with the buckskin pants and the horns on his helmet. Yeah, that dude was out of jail practically the next day after Tucker Carlson released that shit. So wild. that McCarthy's like, yeah, I'm going to give you guys all the January 6th stuff. And like the next week, Tucker Carlson's like, holy shit, look at this. The freaking cops were being like tour guides for this guy. Oh, there's... Whoo. Yeah, and then he's out of jail practically the next week. And then you got Ray Epps. I want to see more Ray Epps shit. That's what I want to see. He was found guilty of a misdemeanor. He gets a warning. But old lady who took a picture, you're going to go to jail for 10 years. I want the law to be equal. That's what we want. Let's look at Biden's poll numbers. Let's do that. Let's look at... I clicked on the wrong thing. Damn it! I instinctively go to Biden crime shit. I did it again. Oh my God. There was some good poll numbers coming up. There was some really good... It's like Trump is crushing. Trump is crushing in 5 swing states. He has a double-digit lead on key issues. How do you? It's worrisome. I didn't see how. Well, you can see it now, but that 2020 election. Boy, these people who were complaining about Trump back then. And now you look at the landscape now. Holy shit. Trump's going to get us into World War III. He's so mean. He's going to get us into World War III. And then here we are. Freaking Iran right around the corner from having a nuke. Freaking war in the Middle East. Tensions crazy high. Money flying out the door to Ukraine. It ain't good. It ain't good. And it should be. And it could be. It could be wonderful. I want to be an optimist. I really do. I have to fight being a cynic. And that's why, I was saying a couple weeks ago, like, make sure you get a hobby. Look into shit. Maybe if you want to do, you learn how to draw, learn how to paint, write a book. Whatever learn a musical instrument, learn how to play one badly on a podcast. Do something. Get into some TV shows, challenge yourself. But this all politics, all the time stuff it'll just ruin you. It'll just ruin you. And I have to maintain optimism. Here's what I want. I want Trump to win. And I want like the 4 horsemen of the fucking apocalypse to run through Washington, D.C. I want Trump to show up for his inauguration on a pale horse, like just dressed up like the angel of death. And you can have like Eric and Don Jr. on 2 other horses, and then whoever his vice president is on a 4th horse, and just be the 4 horsemen of the frickin' military industrial complex apocalypse. I want the FBI gone. I want the majority of our intelligence agencies gone. These frickin' manipulative, think tank, elitist, douchebag, frickin' devalue the dollar, inflationary, we're tweaking this, we're investing in that, we gotta put money over here, we gotta go Ukraine, Israel. These fuckers have been nothing but wrong for decades. And then they want our sympathy with candidates like Joe Biden. I'm just trying to help. I just want to do America. I just want to help. Can't we give them some money? No, we fucking can't. I don't know who said it, but never let the people who are responsible for the problem be in charge of the solution. And that is what we have. It feels like every level of the government. The dumb fucks that told us to walk into the deep, dark woods and, oh, you're not going to need a tent and you're not going to need a blanket and you're not going to need a freaking lantern. Well, now it's freaking dark and cold and we're tired and we're out of fucking food. And they're like, I bet we could buy some food from these. Give me all your money and I'll try. Motherfucker, you were the one who told me not to. Ooh, that was like a big old jet had a light on. Riding high, got tears in my eyes. You know you got to go through, get to heaven. Big old jet had a light on. Don't take me too far away. Big old jet out. How am I fucking doing Steve Miller now? Jeez. Am I charging you guys for this? Is this a free broadcast? Value added. Okay. Some special shout outs right now before we go over to Patreon to talk about China and SpaceX and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That'll be a fun one. We've got a couple of new people that are helping out. You know who you are, and you're absolutely fantastic. And you're doing great stuff. And I want to remind you that, and I think I need to focus on this a lot more in social media. This is good. This is like a mission statement thing for, like, I wanted to create theloftusparty.com because I knew I didn't fit in anywhere. And looking around the political landscape and everything, like, I just knew I didn't fit in anywhere. So I wanted a place to fit in. So I'm like, shit, I gotta make it. So I want this to be a community thing. If you would like to participate, and I want you to, shoot me an email. I now have some people helping out that we can do these things much faster. But like here, you guys, I love rock and roll. I love music. I love science fiction. I love fantasy. I enjoy keeping an eye on the news and politics. And by keeping an eye on news and politics, I know that my other endeavors will be safe. Like, you won't be able to bitch about shitty Marvel movies if Hamas takes over the world, right? I like movies, music of all kinds, pop culture, and I think I have a little bit of insight into that world, having worked in Hollywood for such a long time. I like sexy stuff. I like sexy cosplay. I like girls with curves. I like confident, sexy women. Like, everybody, if you have thoughts on stuff like this, just drop me a line. If you want to, like, oh, here's a book you need to know about. For fuck's sake, let me know. Here's the stuff that I posted. And you should listen to this. Now and Then, the new Beatles song. It's freaking fantastic. The trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The best, really great cosplay that came out of, I think that was cosplay in Australia. And then, of course, we got evidence of election fraud. And there's stuff about South Park and Kathleen Kennedy and me ripping into Kathleen Kennedy. And then there's more stuff about Biden bribes and Victoria's Secret stuff. And then, like, it should feel like just a group of fucking cool people where, like, politics is not the end-all be-all, but it will make everything easier. Like, as we get candidates in there who are pro-America, America first, we trust them a little bit to do their jobs so that we can go and create other shit, create entertainment, create music, write books, television, movies, all that shit. I want it all. I want to win fucking all of it. And if these people that we elect and we send to DC, if they betray us and it turns out they're fucking charlatans and frauds, well, they gotta go. We'll replace them. So that's what we're doing, and I want you to be a part of that. Let's have some fun. I just got some money from Ukraine, and hiding it is always such a pain. But now we're... Oh, shit, I fucked it up! But now we're going to Patreon. Gonna do a segment for those people over there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh yeah. Extra podcasts. Come on over. Locals. Patreon. This is like the end of the concert. They're playing me off. Thank you, Cleveland! We're just gonna see you next year! It's great to be at the Sphere. Why is the Sphere in Cleveland? Holy shit. I will see you over at the Patreon/locals portion of the show. And then I'll see everybody in Oklahoma City, the Bricktown Comedy Club, November 10th and 11th. Ooh, I slipped a plug in. I know what you're thinking. I like it. Keep it 30. Slip the plug in.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq, Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying out